what to do if you're dealing with imposter syndrome, and more importantly, how to overcome it. Because I have struggled with this in so many different areas of my life. I remember when I first started trying to get better with social confidence and approaching people, cold approach, male-female dynamics, I had to act like I was more confident than I was. Like deep down, I was shitting myself trying to talk to people. So I felt like I was on some fake it till you make it thing there. But also in my business, when it came to posting content, I wasn't comfortable on camera. I labeled my first channel Coach Kyle. I was like, well, I'm not a coach, right? And so I've had all of these different areas of my life where I felt that imposter syndrome. And I hear this so often from men when it comes to social interaction, business, branding, coaching, leadership skills. Understand that when you're taking that first step and you start to feel that imposter syndrome, it really comes from this idea that you're not already confident with doing that thing. So let's take, for example, social interaction and cold approach. You have to go up and approach a girl and you're not confident doing that, but yet we're trying to learn how to confidently approach people. So in your mind, you're like, well, this is gonna be forced. This isn't really me. If it doesn't feel natural, it doesn't feel like myself. Okay, that's probably the thoughts that you have going on in your head. And so you start to make all these different excuses as to why you can't do the thing. Right? Oh, she's gonna find out that I'm really not that guy, or she's gonna reject me, or even if you have a little bit of success, your brain starts to write it off because it knows deep down your true identity in that moment. Same thing when it comes to posting content. I was so scared. This is 2018, 2019. I made my name on my YouTube channel, Coach Kyle. I had it typed out. I'm looking at the computer screen and I just see it written out, and all I had to do was click create account. And I had my hand wavering over that mouse pad with this shaky ass hand. I couldn't even click the mouse. I literally couldn't even click the mouse to create the brand name Coach Kyle, because I had all these thoughts of, well, who have I really coached? Like, I want to be the coach, but I haven't really coached, so I have to label myself the coach. And so there was this really big identity crisis going on in both of these areas of my life. So I want to explain what you're going to have to go through to really overcome that, and then just a mindset shift to really solidify the new identity. All right, because first thing is that it's normal. It's normal to feel that, because we have a current identity and we're trying to grow out of that current identity, whether it's social confidence, business, branding, coaching, leading men, new sales position that you don't feel entitled to enough. We're worried. Now, the moment you can accept that, hey, in order for me to actually grow into a new identity, I'm going to have to do something that I'm not already confident in. That's where the growth occurs. All right, so the fact that you feel the identity crisis going on, the fact that you feel that, we panic when we feel the imposter syndrome. I'm suffering from imposter syndrome. How do I overcome the imposter syndrome? It's not a bad thing. It actually means you're challenging your current identity. You need to reframe your brain. It's like if you go out to approach a girl and you feel anxiety around the approach, you then go home and you think something's wrong with you because you have social anxiety. It's like, no, that's actually an amazing opportunity for growth if you step into that. So if you're feeling imposter syndrome in any area, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. All right, so switch the mindset up around that and reframe your brain to actually move into that feeling, tap into that more. Second part of this is understanding that you won't really be confident at that new position until you've already been doing it. You feel imposter syndrome, you start thinking about how can I overcome the imposter syndrome so I could actually do the thing. It's actually the opposite. The only way that I actually got confident coaching people, it was because I started coaching people. The only way I got confident approaching people was by approaching people, right? If I would have sat back for the last decade and been like, I have so much social anxiety, there's something wrong with it, let me figure out how to overcome this thing. And then I just keep studying and reading books and getting more advice, but I never actually faced the thing. There's never any growth. The growth happens right on the other side of that thing, okay? Once you can face that over and over and over again, understand that the moment you get the first couple steps, it's gonna be screaming. Your body and your brain is like, don't leave this current identity, right? Your brain just wants to keep you comfortable. That's all it is. Your brain just wants to keep you in that current identity because deep down, it doesn't know that if you make that change, whether or not you're going to be successful at it. There's all this unknown fears and risks involved. And so it just wants to keep you safe. But what is that really going to get you? Is that going to get you your dream life? Is that going to get you to become the character you really want to become? There's been so many times where I had to take that uncomfortable step to have the next breakthrough. And it won't just happen overnight. You don't just post a video and then suddenly, oh, I could do the YouTube thing. No, it doesn't work like that. You will have to go at this thing over and over and over and over and over again to consistently give your brain evidence that you can do it. And the first time you do it, your brain's gonna write it off. You approach the girl, cool, you got lucky. Second time you do it and you get success, yeah, but she wasn't really feeling you like that. You post a video, you don't even congratulate yourself for posting. You just look at all the fucking negatives. You look at the low view count. You look at the one person that left the bullshit comment. You look at all the negative things that you see in the video, not realizing that you're actually going down the path towards doing the thing. It will take time being in that new identity, an extended period of time before you actually have enough evidence that you are that guy. That's how you got to look at it. Oh, I feel the identity crisis, feel the imposter syndrome. Cool. Let me sit in that, reframe my brain, understand that that is a good sign because that means I'm actually moving out of my current identity, which will lead to growth. 2, understanding that I'm not going to really feel confident in that new position until I've already been doing that thing consistently for months or even years. Yes, years. Accept that. Accept that the first year will suck. It may be fruitful 3, 6, 9 months in, but there's a really good chance it might suck for a year. Cold approach, content, business, sales. You know where I'm at? I'm at year 6 or 7 in business. It's finally getting really fruitful. Social skills, it took me 3, 4 years for it to get really fruitful. We're talking about years, guys. You don't just take the one step and you got the imposter syndrome and I don't know if I can do it. No, man, you gotta lock the fuck in for a long time. And there's gonna be resistance every step of the way. You stay focused on action, you acknowledge the wins, you surround yourself with other people that are also doing it. When you see other people that are like you doing it, it makes it more real for you now. When it's just you versus the world, you're like, I don't know if I can do this because all I have is this idea of this identity of me. And then when you meet somebody in person that can also do the thing, or maybe they don't even do it as good as you, or they do it a little bit better than you, you're like, okay, this is a real thing that I could also do because he's a real person that's also doing it. You need to get around other people that are doing the thing. Social interaction, social cold approach, business, content, sales, making money online, getting shredded. I have a couple people that start hanging out with me. They were chubby and I was telling them, I was like, dude, you could be just like me. I showed them the picture. I'm like, this is me. This is me, the fat fucking guy, bro. This is gum. Right? But I'm telling you, like, I'm only lean and in shape now because I've put in so much time. I'm only good with my social confidence because I put in a decade. I'm only confident on camera because I put in years, man. I'm only good with sales because I put in years. And every step of that way, especially the first 2 years, my brain is like, you suck at this. You're never going to be good at this. Why me? Blah, 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 blah. You just keep going with it, man. It's a mindset shift. It's a little bit of a journey to get the plane off the ground. But then when you finally do it, when you actually stick through that process, you know what happens? Is that the dude you become by not giving up on that process to finally get it off the ground, that's the guy that actually has confidence in himself. It's not because you even got the result. Like after 1 year, 2 years of my channel taking off, I still wasn't an expert by any means, but I just know what I had to go through and I was proud of that progression and not giving up and having that resilience. And that led to so much internal pride that it kept me going. At that point, you can't quit. You just can't. You've gone too far, right? And so it's an interesting journey. It's a really interesting journey your brain's gonna play mind games on you and you just gotta stay committed through that whole process. But I promise you, anybody can do it, man. I was at the lowest of lows with this thing. You have accountability, you have structure, you have a little bit of preparation. You can't be afraid to fail. Accept that failure will happen at multiple steps throughout that journey. Accept that the imposter syndrome is a necessary step in that progression and it will get easier over time with consistency. I don't know anybody that has stuck to something long-term that couldn't do it. Straight up, man. Anything. I don't know anyone who just consistently went at something for an extended period of time that didn't get some level of success. All right. That's what you need to do the next time you're feeling that imposter syndrome. Lean into that, reframe your brain, go back and revisit this video and just keep pushing through it. If you want to surround yourself with other like-minded individuals that are also going after their health, wealth, relationships, confidence, business, branding, sales, if you want to be around that energy, if you want that accountability, if you want that like-minded brotherhood or just direct coaching from me in terms of mentorship, check out the links down below. Brand new coaching programs going on for 2025. I'd love to help you make a change too. Yes, it took me a very long time. I didn't do it alone though. I had mentors and coaches every single step of the way to push me through those uncomfortable steps. All right, if you want to fast track that, links are down below. That's all for this video, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace out. Let's go.